You know what they say, when it rains, it pours, clap it.
Bang, bang,
When it rains, it pours, y'all. When it rains, it pours. How you guys doing? My name is Hero, and this is Coding with Strangers, and I want to talk about something. Yeah. Hey, yo. Um, yesterday we covered the story about Ghost of UTI. Someone try to give me the enunciations in the comment section. I just got to hear it. I need to hear someone say it. But Ghost of UTI, which is the new Sucker Punch in the Ghost trilogy from Ghost of Tsushima, is going to be the spiritual successor that is 300 years in the future. And with that news yesterday, literally there was so much hype about it. We reviewed it. Snap. You can go watch the video. It was great. It was great to see it, and I drew the correlation that Sucker Punch and Infamous, Sucker Punch made Infamous, and I love the Infamous series. To me, it's kind of crazy that I never played Ghost of Tsushima, and it looks like I'll probably get the opportunity to play Ghost of Tsushima because we just got news that Assassin's Creed Shadow, that was scheduled to release November 15th, 2024, has been pushed back to February 14th, 2025. And as a person who was prepared, who was literally getting merch ready and setting up discounts and things like that, and planning giveaways and things like that to do for this stream, this is extremely shocking. But I kind of knew that something was up because we were about to hit October, and full disclosure, I'm a shill for Ubisoft. I'm a partner on Ubisoft, and we hadn't received any notices about playing the game early or getting early access for the game to help write reviews and give our initial thoughts on what the game was. And you know what? We've talked many a times. The internet is a place where people are allowed to grow, but some people choose not to. Me liking this game or me wanting to play this game has more to do with the fact that I found something iconic about it to enjoy. Me defending the game is just me having fun on the internet, trolling people. But one thing is for sure, once the internet's narrative has been decisively made, it's only going to be reversed by a collective groupthink change, right? So if everyone says a game looks bad and then the game comes out and it actually plays amazing, well, then we got ourselves an amazing situation, right? I am a person of integrity. I consider myself a person of high integrity. I've tried my best to always speak truth to power and always put facts over feelings. So if this game came out and it was bad, I'd be the first one to tell you. But the kind of crazy thing about it is no one has really asked my opinion of the game and what I think about it. And I could immediately point out things that I've had issues with, but it was never about that. It was about me defending the fact that Yasuke was in the game. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? that was the thing that we were fighting about. But like every person of color, specifically black people, know that camera and reflections don't really shade off of us correctly. So it makes you look ashy if you're a dark-skinned person when certain light shaders hit you. And that was a constant complaint I had about Yasuke's look. Yasuke always looked like he wasn't getting proper lighting, even though we are messing with some of the best technology in the world to make this game possible. And little things like that, while it wouldn't be enough for me to give the game a 0 out of 10, it is something that is noticeable in over 60 hours. How much of that will have an impact on how I feel about the game overall? Well, whether it's good or bad news, and I lean towards the side of this is being good news, Ubisoft has decided to delay this game. And there are many angles we can take here. And I'll say this, based on some of the comments I've seen from the director and the Ubisoft leadership, it probably would have been in their best interest to just make the announcement and lean on the goodwill you could have. For example, oh, we're doing this because we want to avoid crunch type shit. Making excuses for other games that have been canned and not acknowledging why they're being canned is really not a good sign, and is really hard to defend, because we all have eyes, ears, and feelings, and you're giving off the feeling that you're not that confident in your product, which is making my eyes really, 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 really look at Ghost of Utia like, hey, yo, what's good? What's your name? Hey, baby, what your name is? In 2025, we're going to have 2 female-led protagonist games that were both in feudal Japan and both about samurais or ninjas. And they're going to go head-to-head. One of them is a spiritual successor to a game that everyone wished they got from the original source. And they're going to go head-to-head in 2025, and I am extremely curious to see who's going to come out on top, because we will probably play both games. And shit, I got time now, so I might as well play Ghost of Tsushima. But let's hear it from the samurai's mouth. Dear players, hey, that's me. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a dream project for us, finally bringing the series to feudal Japan with many features developed with our community in mind, such as parkour or the renewed stealth brought by new technology, as all set in a beautiful immersive world. Excuse me. This is an ambitious addition to the franchise, a rich experience that can be lived through the eyes of 2 unique protagonists, but we realize we need more time to polish and refine the experience. Get big for Mario. Polish and refine to make this shit better. And find the experience, pushing further some of our key features. As such, we made the decision to postpone the release to February 2025. The game was February 14th. That's Valentine's Day, 2025. The game will release on a broad range of platforms, including Steam. Oh, at launch? Oh my. Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded, and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. Oh, wait a minute. So if you pre-ordered the game, you'll get your refund, and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. So what does that mean for people who got like the Ultimate Edition? I got the Ultimate Edition. So am I just going to get like $30 back? Yeah, that needs more clarification. We understand the decision will come as a disappointing news, especially to those who have been waiting patiently for Assassin's Creed game inspired by feudal Japan. But we sincerely believe this is in the best interest of the game and ultimately your experience as a player. Okay, so this statement is great. This is a great statement, even if it is bullshit. You're giving them something for their troubles, so the dedicated fans will get something for their troubles. You're leaning on the fact that you're putting the safety of your workers over crunch and dollar signs and pushing this out, because what better time than now to push this out? And we'll talk about why this delay definitely probably has some stock investors very upset. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft stock prices dropped because of this, and it's already at the bottom of the barrel. You can't go shit. You can scrape that hole, but you can't break it. Rest assured, we are looking forward to the moment you will embark on a memorable adventure with Naoe and Yasuke. Until then, thank you for your ongoing support. Mark Alex Quieto on behalf of the team working on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Fascinating. Now, that was a great statement. Period, stop, end of show. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. But sometimes people just be talking. Like, you got one of the golden rules in life is knowing when to shut the fuck up. It will save you money. It will save you an ass whooping. It'll keep you off the couch, fellas. Ladies, it'll get your nails paid for. I know that shit's expensive. $65. Hey, take it easy. We're getting a French tip. Don't get fancy. Following soft reception to Star Wars Outlaw, Ubisoft says Shadow now scheduled for February 2025. Hey, don't put Star Wars Outlaw nowhere near my Assassin's Creed Shadow. Star Wars Outlaw there's no way in hell you're telling me a bunch of space wizards in the future where apparently no one can read English or read any language for that matter, because if you ever look at the buttons or keys or anything, they're just numbers and symbols, circles and shit. There's no alphabet. You'll never see writing. It's weird. But there's no way where a game where wizards with magical powers and lightning swords doesn't sell gangbusters. It's as simple as just give me those powers and let me run free. Maybe I'll do a few icon things here. It's crazy that some of the best games like GTA, like post the game finishing, just I literally spend 6 to 10 hours just trying to get into the military base and getting off the base with a tank or a airplane, a jet. That's literally what I spend the rest of the game doing. So the fact that premise can't be implemented with a bunch of space wizards and stuff, it's just crazy. Assassin's Creed Shadow has been delayed to 2025. Ubisoft announced Wednesday ahead of an update finalizing target. Ubisoft said that the game is feature complete, but the company considers the softer than expected reception of Star Wars Outlaw in deciding the delay. Don't put this shit next to my game. Y'all really thought y'all was going micromanage, like boot, like just take people, like nickel and dime them and they wouldn't notice? And I haven't played the game, but I haven't heard anything good about the game. Usually when a game is good, you see TikToks about it with cool music in the background. Not the case with this shit. Not the case with this. Assassin's Creed Shadow was set to be previewed by media soon, Ubisoft CEO Guillemot said in a conference call, but the company wants to make sure the game meets ambitions. Those previews events have since been canceled. The learning from Star Wars Outlaw led Ubisoft to provide additional time to further polish the title. Yo, they are truly scared of Ghosts of Utia. They had to have seen that trailer. They because they work in the industry. Someone saw it in advance. They knew the trailer was going, and they just came back and said, "We will get decimated because our game will come out before it, and it'll be better." The game that they were making before us, because if you think about it, Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2025. 2020, and the new one's going to come out in 5 years. So they had 5 years of development on this, and in the meantime, they've also put Ghost of Tsushima 1 on PC. And I think the last Assassin's Creed came out 2023, and I think it was Mirage, which it didn't get rave reviews. The story was extremely complicated. The combat was a little bit annoying, and if a character wasn't standing or directly on the ground, every final kill, like the final blow, no matter what the size they were, no matter if they were a boss or no matter if they were a simple scrub, they always got a backhand slap as a finishing move, which is crazy. But it only has a 3-year cycle. Assassin's Creed Shadow. So Assassin's Creed Shadow definitely needed some more. From the leader's mouth, this will enable the biggest entry in the franchise to fully deliver on its ambitions, notably by fulfilling the promise of our dual protagonist adventure with Naoe and Yasuke, bringing two very different gameplay styles, Ubisoft said in a news release. Both Assassin's Creed, and then this was the part that I was talking about where he just needs to learn how to shut up. Finally, let me address some of the polarizing comments around Ubisoft lately. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. This was a great statement, right? See, so the two conflicting statements here. The first one is dog water because you're blaming us. You're blaming Star Wars Outlaw, which was bad, for the reason why this game is coming out. No, don't put us nowhere near that shit. Keep us separated. But you reaffirming to the fact that Yasuke is in the game, very politely, very demure, very good of you. We enjoy that. We like that. Keep that up. But in the back offices, they are terrified of Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Utia. I would be too. And I love the fact that, we know that crunch time in video games and developments is very, very important. We know that it happens. We know that it's an industry. It's just like one of those unspoken laws. It shouldn't happen. And if it means... And literally, if it means I get a more complete game with less developers being crunched and them getting paid longer in better development and better quality, I could have honestly waited for the game to come out in July. I'm that okay with waiting for quality because I paid for the Ultimate Edition. And make no qualms about it. I am okay with waiting for quality. But I want everybody to know, it's no secret. If you are a secret Assassin's Creed Shadow hater, whatever your reason for not liking the game, the narrative of this game is going to be controlled based on how good the game is when it launches. That will make everything everyone has said beforehand mute or right. Like, you're either going to be right or you're going to just be mute. If the game comes out and it's good and it's polished and it's what we wanted, is what we expected, the haters will play the game and they'll have nothing to say or do. But if the game comes out in 2025 and it's not good, there's another game that's been in development longer and that outperforms you. That's going to be atrocious. And then, on top of all that, the narrative and everything that followed it and everything that could possibly serve as a final nail in at least my faith in Ubisoft. And this comes as a person who does have skin in the game. I really enjoyed the Prince of Persia series, really enjoyed the Watch Dogs series, but this, to me, is not ring of bad news. We want a polished game. We're going to get some bonuses and perks for it. Sounds like a beautiful thing. With all that being said, I'm very curious to know what you think. Are you excited to play Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Utia? Are you going to play both of them? Are you going to compare them? Are you done with this experiment that is, trying to see which game is better or which one's not? Let me know what you fall into. I'm super curious, but I don't really find this to be bad news, but I'm biased. I'm a shill. Clap it. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. He said Ubisoft is in shambles.